Hey there, board game enthusiasts! Welcome back to Dicer's, your go-to destination for all things gaming. Today we've got something new and cool for you again. A game that will take you straight into the Asian fantasy fighting realms. So let me introduce you to the Age of EON. It is a strategic battle card game from Giza Games for 2 players where you and your opponent represents one of 4 ancient empires in a mythical land of EON, where you must fight for control of the Eternal Stone. Let's start with the components, then the game features, setup, and then quick how to play overview with the final verdict. Game box is compact with a matte finish depicting 4 main demigods on the front, and this is how it looks from the back side. It looks cool, neatly designed, and very pleasant to touch because it's a matte finish. Let's open it. In the box we have a rulebook. It's 18 page long. It starts with a short brief legend, story about all that battle about this Eternal Stone between those mythical factions. Then we have overview, game component layout, card types explained, action cards, land cards, sacred seal cards. Then we have a setup, how to set up the game with all areas and components explained, how to play the game with some special rules in some special situations, what you can do during your turn, which cards you can play, then winning conditions explained, how to set up the next battle, and end the game conditions determining who's winning and why winning this game. Then time references, icon references, and most frequent questions answered. So yeah, it's neatly designed, gloss finish, good paper quality. Rules are explained in very clear fashion. I understood everything from the first time, and judging on the complexity, rating it by complexity, I would give it 2 out of 5. It is a very easy to learn game. It's cool. So let's carry on with cards. In the box we have one deck, and this deck should be separated in appropriate smaller decks before you play the game. All starts with this card. This is an Eternal Stone card, your ultimate prize and ultimate item which you are fighting for with your opponent. So let's put it aside. In the game we have 4 empires, each with its own deck of cards. We have Infernia, Tikan, Aten, and Yonashiro. Each empire has 3 demigods with different power point thresholds and mighty force abilities. These cards depict portrait and name of demigod, then mighty power force name, and some flavor text as well. And these are those mighty powers that determine what happens when you play this mighty card. Overall, cards are nicely made with stunning illustrations that blend kind of dark fantasy with medieval and, in some cases, even some kind of ancient Greek or even Aztec mythology themes. I love that. Very specific and very cool. Each of Empire has a set of 10 attack cards. Each of these cards have a unique, amazing illustration, and that applies for each and every faction in the game. Attack cards depict attack power from 1 to 10, then attack type is depicted and determined by this symbol, either sword or this star symbol. Sword means physical attack, star means mythical attack, and sword and star means this is a combination of both of them. So you can play this card either as a physical attack or as a mythical attack. Then we have a name of the attack, and on some of the cards we have additional effects. Then we have 4 Sacred Seal cards that can be used to block a space for opponents' attack cards on the field. During the battle, each of the players can use only 2 seal cards. Then we have a land cards that represent Infernia, Tikan, Aten, and Yonashiro. These cards represent land where actual fighting will gonna happen. And finally we have 4 command cards, 2 per attack type, 2 for physical attack and 2 for magical attack. That determines what kind of attack type players can use during the battle over each land. Now let's take a look how to set up the game and how to play this wonderful game. To set up the game, first of all, you must take land cards, shuffle them, and then draw 3 cards and place them on the field. Then you take and shuffle command cards. And then you must pick 3 and put on top of these cards, like that. Make sure you have enough space for 3 by 3 cards on both sides of the land, because this is a place where you will gonna place your cards during the battle. Next, we take these seal cards and we will put them aside, somewhere here. Then each player takes all 10 attack cards and shuffle them and randomly draws 1 card. I will do that for my opponent. I will draw the card. And the player who draw the biggest number, in this case it is my opponent, will get this Eternal Stone card for keeping during this fast battle. This happening only before fast battle. And my opponent can choose either to take fast or second turn, because my opponent was more successful in drawing cards. Then we take these cards, put them back into the attack card deck, shuffle the deck, and deal 7 cards for our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Rest of them we should place over here next to them, our playing field. This will represent my hand, 7 cards. I will do same for my opponent. In the next step, each of the players take all character cards and decide in which particular order you want to play these cards during the game. During the game, not during the battle, during the whole game. Think well, because you cannot change the order later. My opponent does the same, and then simultaneously we reveal our character. Like that. And this is it. I have deck of cards in my hand. My opponent have cards on a hand. Revealed character, the demigod for this fast battle. Maybe for second one, if it will not gonna be defeated in the first one. And that's it, we are ready to go. Now let's take a quick look how to play this game. The game is played during several battles. Each battle you start with 7 cards in your hand. Command cards on the lands determine which kind of attack you may perform on each particular land. For example, on this land we can perform only physical attacks, on this magical attacks, and on these physical attacks. During the turn, players can either play 1 card from the hand. For example, I can play this card either here or over here, because in these lands I can perform physical attacks. I cannot play this card in this land, because here we can play only magical attacks. If I would like to play magical attack, then I must pick either this card, which I can play in any of these lands because it's combined attack, or I can pick, for example, this magical attack and play it here. Another thing what you can do during your turn, you may play Sacred Seal card to block a space for opponent attack cards. And during the battle, you may use only 2 seal cards. Sacred Seal cards cannot be moved, flipped, or destroyed. For example, if I choose to play seal card, then I take one and place it anywhere where is appropriate for my needs, for my strategy, and so on. Some attack cards have additional effect that you apply when the card is played. For example, some cards allows you to flip your own or your opponent cards if they are played on the same land, and some give additional power points at the end of the game. For example, this card gives additional 3 power points when it is played in your homeland. And in this case, my homeland is this one, Infernia, the red land. Alright, if I would play this card over here, then at the end of the game, I will receive 3 additional points for this line of the cards. And as I said, some cards have additional effects that allows you to flip either your cards or opponent cards. For example, this card, when you play this card from your hand, you may flip one card, either yours or your opponent's, on the same land. For example, if I would play this card over here, then I may choose to flip either of these 2 cards. Let's say I can choose with this one, and then opponents receives only 4 points. Opponent have only 4 points in this case on this line, and at this situation I have already 9 points and opponent only 4 points. So for now I'm winning this land. Once per battle, players can use a demigod if the total power of all played cards is equal or higher than this current active demigod character's mighty power. In this case I have 16, and here I have 10, 6, more than 16, so I can use this character during my turn, before I play a card or after I play a card. During the game you can play cards face down as well, and this feature allows you to a wide range of bluffing and more space for different strategies to apply. And finally, once all cards in hand have been played on the lands across the several turns, the battle ends. And to win in the battle, you must win more lands than your opponent at the end of the battle. And to win the land, the total power of your face-up cards at the end of the battle must be higher than your opponent's total. Face-down cards don't have any power except by using some characters. In this case, let's count who won this battle. In this land prevailed my opponent, because my opponent got 18 points. I've got only 10. In this middle land I prevailed because my opponent got only 4, and I've got 9 plus 3, it's 12, 12 plus 6, it's 18. So 18 is more than 4. I prevailed. He prevailed, I prevailed, and on the last lane, which will determine the outcome of this battle, prevailed 1, 6, 6 plus 7, 13, 7, 15, 20. I prevailed. So I prevailed over 2 lands, over these 2. So that means I'm a winner in this battle. And this Eternal Stone card now comes to my side. If I would use my character during the battle, then my character is kept and flipped back on standing position, but enemy's character will be defeated, and it should be removed from the field. And the next opponent's character should be revealed and put here for the next battle. For the next battle, setup is absolutely same as for a fast battle, except that the part where you determine which will go fast and that part which will determine in what sequence you are gonna play your characters. This is set for a game. So you must gather your attack cards again, put them all together, you must shuffle them, deal 7. You must do the same with the land cards. You must get all 4 of them together, shuffle them, and determine over which kind of lands will gonna you battle on the next during the next battle. Same you do with the command cards. You shuffle them and determine the command type, attack type, which will be performed over these lands. So the next battle starts player who won the previous battle, and ultimately in the game the first player who will defeat all of the opponent's demigods, these cards, will be ultimate winner in the game, and ultimately we're gonna win this Eternal Stone card. I've played the game a couple of times and I can say that it is cool. It's beginner friendly, easy to learn, and it's fun. Game has simple rules, quick setup and short playtime. It combines the accessibility of the simple card game with area control, asymmetrical powers, and spectrum of tactical decisions. With loads of strategical options, including blocking with sacred seal cards, combo attacks with, say, you play face down card and then reveal that card and combine that with your character's special mighty abilities. Some hidden information feature when you're hiding your card, and counter actions, and of course bluffing, and all that is wrapped into the amazing fantasy artwork where each of these cards, every card is unique masterpiece of the art. Thank you for joining me on digging out this wonderful card game. If you found this video useful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit notification bell to be always informed about new episodes. And until the next time, play on, stay epic, and may your cards be ever in your favor.